want to talk about copes. I've been watching some videos, similar content as this one. And they've been saying that even copes are not doing or barely doing anything. And as the title of this video implies, even copes become poisonous. I actually jotted it down some notes in parentheses, just like some of the videos I did before where I jotted down notes and I said in parentheses and such and such. It's been a while since we did that, or since I did that. Anyways, here we go. In parentheses, not doing much or anything. It's not, our copes are barely doing much or anything at all. It still feels the same. Even though all these things that we go through, we experience and we have to endure without even asking for it, it still feels the same because our copes does not take our minds away from those things. It does not preoccupy us because at the back of our mind somewhere it still lingers and looms. That's why some of us barely get any quality sleep, even with all these meditations, is that a word? That helps us to meditate and medicate, so to speak, and help us heal mentally. It doesn't really help, even when we do the the humming, and meditate, we were still stressed and worry because the very next day I gave it away. This year I saved it from tears, I gave it to someone special. Just kidding. We still have to deal with work, all the stresses and worries and anxieties and conformities and the stupidities when co-workers and customers are unwilling to cooperate and want to start problems for no reasons, or if there are reasons, it's stupid. But yeah, it still feels the same. Overspending money on copes to no avail and fail. Things are still the same pretty much, and etc. Close parentheses or end parentheses. Not saying that you should stop. I'm just giving my 2 cents, I'm not saying, hey, stop coping, stop spending your money. No, it's your money, you do what you want, but obviously save for the future and all. The going gets tough, sometimes the tough don't get going. But we're doing what we can, to be a better man and better girl, better woman. Since someone to love me, I need to rest in arms, keep me safe from harm. Blah blah blah. Give me endless summer. Fear I'm getting old. Yeah, the song, don't want to get copyrighted, even though I probably am already. Even though I made that video just coping hard. Yup. I'm like one of y'all. I'm like most of y'all's as well, where even copes get boring. Even playing games get boring. I have not been playing games lately, if I'm being honest, if I'm being direct and truthful and ruler straight. If I'm being unwinded, if I'm not going sideways, not going on a windy road but a straight road ahead. Yeah, I haven't been playing games, even though I wanted to. But I just don't have the urge and drive and motivation or the discipline to do it, to like record and upload here or something. Watch my gameplays, yay! Or I can put the gameplays in the background and I do a voiceover, or I'll pre-record and I'll just do some editing, with my specialties and expertise, even though it's not really a specialty and an expertise because it's something that people can commonly do already, It's not something unique. If anything, you just haven't learned, It's like, oh yeah, we are already able to do that. We knew that. You're not teaching anything new, bro. We already knew that a long time ago. But yeah, I'll try to muster up the urge to game, I think I'll play Skyrim or something, some Fallout. I only have Fallout 4 because it's a big game, I haven't completed it yet. And I've already played, but I made significant progress, but I want to like start another save, another gameplay where I like join the Minutemen or something, and then I'll just let y'all see. And then I'll maybe make like 2 copies. One is the gameplay, and then the other one is like the background, or maybe I'll just do it in one. You know, maybe I'll do that in one, cause cough cough. Truth be told, kind of lazy. It's better to do 2 in 1 where I'm playing the game, you know, in real time, and then I also pre-recorded voicing out my opinions, thoughts, 2 cents like this, and then I just do a layover. You know, I use CapCut or whatever, and then I just put it layover and then let it export and I publish. But the cope I've been going to is, you know, I cancelled out gaming because I haven't been doing that. Maybe just eating, you know, stuffing and stuffing my face like a turkey. And then my hands are like the turkey baster. All the food are the stuffing. Just being metaphorical. And also I've been indulging in some sweet stuff, although once again it's controlled, so I won't get diabetes mellitus. And I won't, you know, screw myself over health-wise. But I'm still trying to get going, you know, get through. My semester has started, yay. It already started. So it started on February 2nd, so it's like a week ago. This is the 2nd week. It's still May, and then I got 1 more year to get through. Isn't that nice? Isn't that splendid, you know, peoples? Isn't that nice? You know, just wanna nail polish my nails, no diddy titty giddy. I'm just kidding. You know, Epstein files. Epstein files have been released. I'm not gonna do a video on that because fuck them. They're not worth my time. And other channels have already made the content about them, you know, so you can go refer to them. Anyhow, I'm just talking about copes, how it's poisonous. We indulge in it so much to the point where it also takes a toll on us, because too much of one thing is never good. We are mammals, we are warm-blooded. We are hot and cold, our moods fluctuate, our emotions fluctuate, you know. But the one thing that we desire most, or at least most of y'all's, you know, no, I don't shame you, I'm not shaming you for it, and myself also, a little bit. Even though I'm coping when I say I'm not interested in these relationships. That's the one thing that we are all lacking and we are yearning for. Heart wants what it wants. The heart wants what it yearns. That's one of the things, or possibly the only thing that we are lacking that could really fix us, you know. Or maybe I'll give it a benefit of the doubt if a actual proper girl comes around, you know, and she like, we can click, we can vibe, we can relate and resonate, and we can become mates, you know. And we can congregate and we can consummate, yeah, and then we can cuddle, you know, cuddle on the puddle, just trying to rhyme a reason, dime a dozen, vibe with your cousin, pause, and may our hearts be fixed, you know, may our hearts be fixed. But even then, our relationship's worth it. Like the video I made, you know, and other content creators like myself, like this kind of niche content. For instance, Lawrence Mavka, or Mavka Lawrence, he also spoke about how relationships are not worth it and the prison called life, because it's all about using one another. Who can get this? Who can do that? Putting on a facade. A front and a facade, you know, a front end and a front and a facade that rhymes, or that almost rhymes. And you're just faking yourselves. These things are kind of the things of the past. These things are obsolete, archaic, old, outdated. if it ever does recover and replenish and remedies itself, you know, instead of being remedial and mundane, the same old, then great, you know, may we all have a suitable finally, right? Finally, that after so long, you know, it's been a long time, we finally got our suitable partners, suitable soulmates, and we can consummate and congregate. and then our hearts be healed from all these painstaking pains, disdains that hits our brains and make us go insane, you know. Shout out to Godfather number 2 before the trolls got to him. You know, it's all this stupidity and ridiculousness. The fact that we are dictated, us guys especially, by our looks. But for me, that's an exception. I mean, an extra exception. My presence intimidating. Even if I was good looking, and then I still have this intimidating aura, I think it would be almost no difference, but it wouldn't be, right? Because my presence, all of a sudden, all that aura, right, aura farming, would suddenly be converted and reverted into the positive, alluring, magnetic and enigmatic energy, positivity, just exploding, so vibrant, you know, emanating from me, like how I used to be, you know. Had a lot of friends, a lot of amigos and amigas, and that one girl that I really adored when I was in kindergarten, and then the final goodbye, final farewell was 11 and 12. I spoke about this before in one of my previous videos. The destined to be a black pillar. You can go check it out if you want. If you don't, then it's fine. But yeah, even our copes become poisonous. You're gonna have to venture out to something else. If our copes like does not become our hope, and it could possibly lead us to our rope, you know, in the job scope. Just kidding. I don't know, but it's the best bet. It's the best bet to preoccupy our minds, to get us away from our daily distractions, which are things that we usually don't want to do but still have to do against our wills, to pay the bills, you know. And then we are in these pills, and then on the windowsill, and then we also have to earn money to pay for our meals, to soothe our feels with our free will. Trying to rhyme, you know. Bro is trying to rhyme. Yes, I am. Also heavily inspired by Godfather number 2, you know. Shout out to him if he's watching. You know, inspired me heavily. That's why I love to rhyme. Rhyme, dime, sublime. Do the crime, do the time. Technically we are doing that, aren't we, in this prison planet, this flesh prison? But what's our rewards at the end? I really hope it's something handsome and gorgeous. Otherwise this is some bullshit. We go through all this and all that and all these and all those for nothing. Fuck out of here. Don't catch us. Don't let us catch you lacking. You Yalda Bayos, Yalda Boss. You Sakla the fool, the blind one. I know I kept saying Sakla the blind one. I was mistaken. I looked it up again. It's actually Sakla the fool. My mistake. But he's also associated, or he has another name, another moniker. The blind one. You know, I got it confused and mixed up. It's Sakla the fool and also the blind one. So he's the blind one, he's a fool, he's a idiot, you know, stupid. Want to create all these things and make us suffer. Suffer without a buffer. And some of us don't get tougher, you know. But Yeah, just try to, I know, wishful thinking, most likely probably empty words, sweet nothings, but I'll just say it anyways. Just try to get by, you know. Just try to do our things on our own terms. Try to stay away from stupid people, like the video I made before this one. Stupidity should be the 8th deadliest sin. The 8th deadly sin. Yeah, I don't understand why it's not one of the sins, one of the deadly sins. And I looked it up again, and my freaking dumbass couldn't remember. The other one was pride, so I'll reiterate in this video. Greed, gluttony, wrath, envy, lust, sloth, pride, stupidity. There we go. Now I got it all down. You know, that's what happens when someone is born the R word, you know, restarted. They're born a restart. They're born slow. Or they got some neurological deformities and impairments, you know, shortcomings, flaws. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. Our corpse become poisonous, but that's all we got, you know. I just hope, even though our corpse are poisonous, I just hope it does not get the best of us. That's all.